mixed messages. So the question is, do the inconsistent, confusing messages that emanate from the variety of stakeholders in pain management and the complexities in accepted linear definitions translate to DIMS or SIMS in our patients? It's come from Cal Freed. Cal, I know Cal. He is a comrade. He's chief of the military wing of Pain Revolution. And I think it's a loaded question, actually. I think that Cal would certainly think the answer to this is yes, they generate DIMS, and I think the wording of the question, where they're inconsistent and confusing messages. If I was to take the question literally, I'd say, do they translate to DIMS or SIMS? Yes, I think they have to translate to DIMS or SIMS because there's no other category. But maybe the emphasis there from Cal is on the inconsistency in message of stakeholders. And these are stakeholders who are all ostensibly on the same team. And I think this is a real problem that we hit, and I bet you all of you are already thinking, but the person who referred this last patient to me won't believe that, won't have that view, or will describe it differently. And what I think this speaks to is the massive challenge that we have of trying to speak the same language. Or maybe it's not even that we just need to believe the same science. Therefore, the science is the science. I don't know, it's a tricky one for me to answer. I reckon you'd answer this well, actually. Why don't you have a crack at it?
Thank you very much. Highly appreciated. I do think that confusing messages will definitely translate into something that will make us feel uncomfortable. I'm not sure I would completely rely to believing that there's only DIMS and SIMS. Not that I want a category in the middle saying unconclusive or non-conclusive. It's just there's so many things we need to take into consideration, and sometimes it's difficult to nail it down to being as simple as threatening or non-threatening.
Yeah, sure.
But by the end of the day, we also need to make things simple for us and maybe for the patient. So if the patient thinks that something is helpful and we can conceptualize that as being non-threatening, then that might be a route for our therapy as well.
That was nice, wasn't it?